When someone passes away, their belongings are just as important as when they're alive, if not more. You know, it's part of an estate.
Kimberly Fraser is mourning the passing of her father, Colin Fraser, a former Canadian junior welterweight champion.
This is one of his photos. And, you know, he met my mom when he started boxing down at Wasaga Beach, and she was the IGA girl. She was the model there, so that was my mom.
He held the title 3 times, fighting some of the biggest names in the sport, even appearing on the same card as Muhammad Ali in 1966 at Maple Leaf Gardens. Kimberly describes her father as a humble man who kept most of the memorabilia from his boxing days in boxes under the crawl space in favor of displaying accomplishments from his children. He spent his final years here at Cawthra Gardens Long-Term Care in Mississauga. He died on June 19th of this year. But now Fraser says something happened to most of her father's belongings that she says were with him in long-term care.
I really feel the memorabilia was taken. Everything was gone, right down to his socks. They can't really account for where anything went.
She says after her father's passing, some members of the family started feeling unwell with symptoms of COVID-19.
Which prevented us from getting his items, all of his belongings in his room. They promised me everything was locked away and that it would be safe until we were both better. Unfortunately, when that time came, they were giving us some multiple excuses that it was locked away, you know, call Monday, you know, we can't find anything, maybe you picked it up. It was just like a number of excuses until we found out that everything was gone, right down to his socks.
She says among the missing items were match cards, programs, signed fight photos, and his gloves autographed by Muhammad Ali.
You know, those were his main boxing gloves that he used in all of his fights, you know, giving us different excuses, different scenarios as to what happened. I honestly feel the management probably didn't know what happened to everything.
In a written statement to CityNews, Chartwell, the company that operates the home, says, "We deeply regret the circumstances that have caused this family distress and send our condolences to the loss of their father." And that, after a thorough internal investigation, we found no evidence that this memorabilia was ever on the premises. As a courtesy, however, we did attempt to work with the family to coordinate the pickup of other personal items. Chartwell and the Fraser family now at odds over whether the residence was in compliance with applicable regulations. Both, however, telling us the matter has been investigated by the Ministry of Long-Term Care. We did reach out to the ministry, but were told they were unable to comment as there is an ongoing police investigation. A similar message from Peel Regional Police confirming they are investigating and cannot provide any further details until that investigation is complete.
There should be a list of items that were in the room, you know, in the box, the name of the individuals who boxed it. There should be proper logs that are easily identified.
For City News, I'm David Zura.